Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back for another Pokopia speed build video. Today we are doing something different. We are doing a Citycore or urban style build. Last time we did a little cottagey flowery area, and I was like, I want to try some different themes. So we're going like pretty urban today. I started by making a full road. So I used the asphalt that you get and then also the stone tile. I thought the stone tile was like perfect for a sidewalk. And later on I do end up extending this a tile further. So right now it's only 2, but I do extend it to 3 just so there's a little bit more room in front of the buildings. And the first building that we're working on today is going to be a brick building. So I used the normal brick, and then for the ground inside the building I'm using the wood floor, and then using the automatic doors, sliding doors, I don't remember what they call these. And then to go with the brick I'm also using those little pillars. I'm just using the centerpiece. There is a version for the bottom and the top, and I'm just using the middle piece, and that's going to go up the whole side of the building. And then I'm adding some windows here, and I do end up changing the windows, so these won't be staying for very long, but I thought they looked pretty cool with the doors because they're glass and these are glass. But then it ended up just being like way too much glass, so I do end up changing this. But I thought it was pretty cute for a little bit, but it was just like way too much glass. So we're just going to cover the top of that with some more brick and extending the pillars up. And then here I am changing the windows up a little bit. I started by having them 2x2, and then I switched it over to be just 2 on, like 1 and 2 on top of each other. And then this building I'm pretty sure is 8x6. In the last build I learned that you can't have like a house wider than, I think it's either 10 by 10 or 11 by 12. I've seen some differing things. I've even seen like 9 by 10, so I don't know. But I do end up using those same windows on the insides of the building, and I think they look pretty cute here. I just wanted to give like a big window, and we're only doing that window on the one side, and you'll see why in a little bit. And then for the front, like I said, I did change this over to the like white panel windows, which I think are super adorable. I don't have the recipe for it. I'm not sure if it's a recipe item, but I had to do the little 3D printing for it. And now we're working on the upstairs. So both of the buildings that we're working on today are going to be 2-story. I also have the roof, which I kind of want to decorate, but I didn't get to it in this video. And then same thing as the bottom one, I'm using the wood for the floor, and then the brick for these sides, and then those windows again. And then I use the modern door. I really love this door. I think it's super cute, and I use it a couple times during this video. So I'm also pretty sure that's an item that you can color, but I don't have a lot of paint right now, so I can't really change the color of a lot of items. But I'm just surrounding the windows with that brick, and then I wanted to use the glossy awning, so I used it in this side. And then I really struggled with the front of this building a little bit. I tried using a couple different types of banners, like the party bunting banners, and then also I tried using, I think, the flower garland, and it just like was not looking correct. And here you can see I also tried to make like a little walkway with some of those wood planks, and spoiler alert, I do end up changing that. I just thought it looked really weird from the front view, so we end up changing that. And then in the front I wanted to add some more greenery, so I have that twisted tree, which is like one of my favorite items in this entire game. And then I added 2 of the planters on both sides. I started by putting in the blue wildflowers, but I actually end up changing those later on. And then of course we're adding the little leaf wreath because it's one of my favorite items in the game again. I just love the like greenery items. They're so cute. And I've seen some other ones that I don't have access to yet, and I'm very excited for those. And then this is me replacing that little walkway. So I ended up just using that like middle pillar item for the walkway. And then for you to be able to get up to the top level, I'm adding in the like metal stairs and the metal grate. And I thought it was like too skinny just doing like a 1 row of stairs and walkway, so I ended up making it 2 wide, and I think that looks a lot better. And then I wanted to make sure you didn't like fall off the top of the building. So I'm using the harbor fence, I think it's called. That's where you unlock it, I believe, in the Bleak Beach. So I also jump around quite a bit in this video, like building different areas, and that's because I kept having to make extra materials. I always forget how many like blocks it actually takes to make buildings, so I kept running out of bricks, so I kept having to have Charmander make me more bricks, and then me going back and making the bricks because the brick wall is made of bricks, and then also the pillars that I'm using, the white and red one, is made out of bricks. And then the next building is also made out of bricks. Well, part of it. And so I think it is actually, it might be stone. I don't remember. But there I just edited the road a little bit, like I said. And then I'm adding in another staircase here for the second building, which is going to be like that stone gray color. So I'm adding in the like stone staircase and then using the stone tiling up here for like a little landing area. And you can see my building with the red brick is like unfinished, and that's because I was waiting for my bricks to be made. So I do bounce back and forth a little bit. But for this one, I think this is called the stone tiling. I am not quite, or stone flooring. It's one of those two. I believe this one is a little bigger than the other one. I think it's bigger by one tile. And then there you can see I also use the modern door and I put them side by side, which I think is really cute for like a bigger entrance. And then I do end up using those other windows that I tried using on the other side over here, and I thought that was cute. And then I am using the Skyland flowers in the blue one over here. So I did want to keep the blue flowers because I thought it was pretty with the red, but I did change them out to these ones because they're just like so fluffy and cute. And something about this game that kind of annoys me is when I try to pick something up and I pick something else up. It's like in Animal Crossing when you kick up a design. It's just like super annoying. But then I'm putting the trees back because I loved how those looked. And then inside the building on the bottom, I'm using the iron tiling, and I actually got all of this iron tiling from a dream island. So a lot of the materials I have, I've stolen from a lot of places. Like I think all of the windows I have, I've stolen or I've had to 3D print them. So I don't have a lot of DIYs. I'm trying to like find new items and everything just to like have more items to decorate with, but sometimes it's a little frustrating to find items, or I swear I get fluff all the time. I just get like piles of fluff and I'm like, I don't need this much fluff. And then for the top building on the brick side, I'm putting in a lot of windows, and for the stone building, the top floor is going to have the woven like carpet type flooring, and I just thought it was really cute. And then I'm extending the brick out by one because I will be doing a little bit of some greenery in the front, so I wanted enough room for that, and I didn't want the tile to go on the carpet, I guess. And then using that white window again, I did start by having this upper area made with the wood flooring, and I just didn't like the combination of the stone and the wood, so I switched over to this one, which I think is like the stylish stone or something like that. It's really cute. It's a little bit more rugged, so maybe it kind of looks like the bottom floor was renovated but the top floor wasn't renovated yet, so it has like the old brick a little bit. And then I did actually end up having to put some of the stone on top of the woven carpet, but I'll forgive that. And then a door up here for this house. And I do end up moving in a bunch of the Pokemon in here. So this top floor has 4 Pokemon currently. And then I'm adding some of these super cute vines. I will say it's a little frustrating because you can't do it very high up. So if you want to place them high up, you kind of have to like, I don't know, build up higher. I think I've only been able to manage getting it like right in front of me and then like one up, which is a little annoying. So later on I had to build like an entire stack of like dirt so I could like manage to get it up a little bit higher. So I was a little frustrated with that. And then I finally got some more bricks. So I'm finishing off the side of the brick building and then again adding in some more of that greenery. It's super cute. I love the upgrades for the leafage. They make such cute designs like the lily pads and everything. And then over on the gray building, I added a little awning with some of the concrete pillars and then added the string lights. I do have a way to electrify this area with like the utility poles, but I don't share that in this video because it was like an eyesore. So I can't wait to get like the underground stuff, which I don't have yet. And then I added a ladder on actually both buildings. You'll see the other one later, but I'm adding a little bit of a concrete like floor to the top area. And I do want to decorate up in this area, but I don't have a lot of stuff to decorate with yet. So I kind of just leave it open, but I could see doing some habitats up there or something, but I don't currently have anything there. And then I added in the iron fence at the top, and then same thing with this side, adding in that concrete. And on the front of the top building of the brick one, I added in the vines, and then I guess I also added it on the gray building as well. And then here's my giant stack of grass, so I could add the vines to this building. And then I wanted to put a little menu chalkboard and some signage and just some cute things. And then I figured this could be like a flower shop or something. So I put those like extravagant flowers and a little community box because I thought it was cute. And then I stole those lamps from the Skyland area. So I just thought they were cute with the little banners. And then I extended the sidewalk over on the one side of the brick building, and I added a tree and just some more like city items, so the scaffolding and a drink machine. And then I did have to replace the staircase because I didn't want you to have to like jump up there. And then the top of the brick building, we added in some fence as well, and I'm just using the harbor one because that's what we used on the little walkway. And then I forgot I had to like make an entrance to it, so I had to remove one. And then just some more like decor around the area, so some trash cans. And the gray building definitely needed some greenery, so I put some bushes outside of it. And next to the gray building, I'm making a little like pergola situation. I end up making this like somewhat of like a flower shop looking kind of thing, but I think I might want to change it over to be some veggies because the inside of this building I kind of decorate as a restaurant. I actually make it my own house and I just put all the cooking stuff inside. But I don't show the decorating of the interiors because I really have like no items to do it. I just put all my cooking stuff in there. But I make it like a flower area, and I'm like, I could make this like a veggie area, so I could just like harvest my veggies and then bring them inside to cook with. And then yeah, so I'm making the pergola, and I used the planks on the bottom and the top, and then using the wooden closures to make like the big stand. And then I wanted to decorate it, like I said, like with some plant stuff. So I used that little like wooden cart and some cardboard boxes. And again, another menu. I think it's so cute. And then I used the cute flowers, like the little tulips. And I think those are just so darling. So I used the pink ones and the red ones and just alternated them because they're super cute. And then just to clutter up the area a little bit more, I added some wooden boxes. And then I added a big water basin, which I learned that you can fill if you use water gun. I did not know that. And then I planted a tree and one of the like the little yellow bushes. And this is what it looks like. I think it's so darling. I love that it's double story and you can technically fit 16 of your Pokemon in here plus you. So I'm actually living with a couple Pokemon. I'm living with Piplup, Oddish, and not Squirtle, Bulbasaur at the moment. And I want to live with Torchic as well, but I haven't gotten him to move here yet. Because I have to do something for him. I don't know. And then this is the building. I think it's so cute, but 16 Pokemon is a lot. And that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the building process. I thought it was super fun. But thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends!